Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to TRG Central. This is Jerry. Welcome you this evening as we're on episode 8 of the 2025 Road to the Triple Crown series. Now, just episode or so ago, we finished up the Belmont Stakes and Acorn Stakes. So now we're moving into the second phase of the schedule, which is the summer phase, leading up to the our version of the Breeders' Cup, calling it the TRG Breeders' Cup Finals, highlighting the top 3-year-old colts and fillies at the end of the year. As you see off to the here on the screen, we have the top 20 road to the Kentucky Derby qualifier. Obviously, this is now the qualifiers for our TRG Breeder Cup finals at the end of the year. And we see it as we had noted at the end of the last episode that LaCara is in the lead with the most victory points in Philly. I guess we can probably switch over here and take a look at the list for the Colts. Okay, as you see, Citizen Bull has the most victory points in the field. Cold Battle, Rodriguez, River Sands, and so forth. And at the end of our schedule, we'll take probably the top 8 to 10 Colts and place them in the BC 3-year-old Colts finals. Again, we'll take a look at the fillies. And you see LaCara is the top filly. 5G goes good cheer was all early on and so forth. Again, we'll probably take between the 8 and 10 top fillies and pit them in the finals at the end of the year for the TRG BC 3-year-old finals race. And in fact, we may have some heat races, really haven't determined that, which would open the field up even more. Okay, that's enough of the intro. Let's go ahead over to the schedule. Now, for this episode, we've added a Jersey Derby, which would have been run week 22 during the heat races, but we didn't actually notice that there was an interesting 3-year-old race on the schedule at that time. So we've added it, so we'll be running it in this episode. So let's go ahead and we already have the field set, so let's just walk in and view the field. And you see, this is just a 3-horse field. I think it originally had maybe 5 or 6 colts entered, and most as you see, the out of the race. So it's just a 3-horse race. So let's go ahead and get it started. So it's Jersey Derby 3-year-old, 1-mile race, black type. There's your award, Kentucky Derby victory point, and it's that Monomony sloppy dirt worth $100,000. So let's go ahead and get over there. And you can see this could be a very interesting race. Let's take a quick look at the past performances. And we only have Cool Intention. It's the only one that's run any races in our series so far, and that was the Macho Man and the Florida Derby. I imagine this Florida Derby was maybe a heat race. I'm not sure about that. But it came in 7th and 4th. The other two, this will be their first race in our season. So again, it's a floppy track. We've added a few, an extra strategy called randomize. We're gonna go ahead and do that, and then they'll just do the game will pick a strategy for each of the jockeys and their horses. So let's go ahead and head over to Monomony Park and get the race started. And there you have it. It's 3 horses, 1 mile, so it's 1 time around the track. So let's go ahead and get the race started. Oh, so one other thing that we've done, you can view the horses, of course. And as you see, we now have a background line behind that highlights the horse names, and that's their colors for the race. And we also have some of the horse pictures available. So let's go ahead and get the race started. Okay, as we head through the first turn, we have a lead change already with Quinter first. And now we have our rail runner taking the lead, and Quinter caught up, and Quinter passes them at the end of the home stretch to win the race. They have Quinter with the win. Not much of wagering here at this part on the 31st. So Quinter with the win, runner second, and Cool Intentions third. So we move on to now week 24, and we'll have 3 races on the schedule. Monomony Girl, the Delaware Oaks, and the Delaware Derby. You can see the Oaks first is 300,000, the Derby is 200, and the stakes race is 175. Let's go ahead and lock all these fields and then just play them one more time. And I guess we may as well go ahead and get the races started. We'll start with Monomony. Monomony Girl. Stakes race, 3-year-old fillies. And it's 8.5 furlong, and it's a listed race. 20 Kentucky Derby points, and race at Churchill Downs. Head over to the betting window, take a look and see how many of these fillies have raced before. You can see the Princess has been in a couple races in our series, and as promised, raced 4 races, running away a couple. Take Charge, Belinda, I guess it's Melody, my bad, that's racing fourth. Let's see. Running Away hasn't won any money yet. Anna's Promises won the most. They actually won 2 races, $240,000. So we have 2 brand new fillies that will be running for the first time in our series. And I'm going to change this real quick here. Okay, all I did was default the strategy to randomize all the horses. And there are 3 types: E, normal, and hard. And then we have randomized that would pick and choose between them. So I think we're all set to head over to Churchill Downs and run the race. Take a quick look at the field. Okay, let's go ahead and get the race started. Do what Tower said. All the fillies are all lined up, ready to go. And since this is 8 1/2 furlongs, the first game turn is a half a turn. Okay, we're heading into the back straight, and we have Immersive taking the lead. And into the home stretch, Immersive looks like he has a pretty good lead. Doesn't look like any of the other fillies are going to catch her. So we're going to rack this up as a win for Immersive. There you have Immersive with the win. Wins $105,000 and picks up 20 victory points. Okay, so let's move on to the next race. That's the Delaware Oaks. Again, there's the field. Another fillies race on the schedule. Head over to Delaware Park for the Oaks 3-year-olds. 8.5 furlongs, grade 3 race, 50 Kentucky Derby victory points are on the line here, and also a purse is $300,000. Take a look at their past performances. 2, 3. Looks like 4 new horses, fillies in this race. Farley has raced 3 times. Look at one in the literal, raced 5 times. Has nearly $500,000 in winnings. Farley has $250,000 in winnings in 3 races. And 1 first place finish in the Virginia Oaks. And let's see, any first place finishes here for what? Yeah, 8th Bell. That was the final to the 8th Bell. Late Night's only been in the allowance race, and the fantasy stakes here for Kendall. And our Cathar has 1 race and finished Power of the Money in 6. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the morning line and Margie's intention with the favorite. Head over to Delaware Park. And there you have Delaware Park and our field. I like that name, Dinosaur. Nice pun on words. Let's get over to Stewart Tower. Looks like everything's a go, and they're off. Again, this is another 8.5 furlongs, which means the first turn is a half a turn. So in other words, if they roll 10 movement points for a turn, they'll actually get half of that, which would be 5. So we're in the back straight. It looks like we have a pretty good race developing here with 3 horses within 1, 4 within 2, and 6 horses within 6 fillies within 3 places. So all bunched up here, we head into the clubhouse turn. 1 now seems to be taking charge, and 7 and 3 have also, and 7 is caught up to 1. 5 has got a nice comeback, and it's 7 and 1 tied as we head into the last game turn. And it looks like it's going to be a photo finish, and look at the finishers. Very good race. And we have Fondly over Cat McQueen by a nose. Fondly trots off with $180,000, Presley second, Paris Lily third, Complexity Jane fourth. Okay, let's go ahead and view the field for the Delaware Derby, our last race on the card for week 24. So remember, we thought that Admiral Dennis and Omaha have raced before. Most of the others haven't. So let's go ahead and go over to the betting window and get this race started. Again, we're racing at Delaware Park, another 8.5 furlong. This is a black type. Winner takes away 20 Kentucky Derby victory points and the purse is $200,000. Here's our 8-horse field. Look at the past performances, and there's, well, quite a few of our colts have run. Kentucky Outlaw, Sacred Thunder, and Hooligan have not run, but all the rest of the horses have raced at least once. See, but Runner came in second in the Jersey Derby. Let's see, Skelline, Bay Shore Stakes came in 5th out of the money. Omaha's run 4, only 1 in the money, came in 2nd place in the Virginia Derby. And we have Surfside Moon has been out of the money both times he was out. And Admiral Dennis was in the Kentucky Bluegrass and the Rebel Stakes, out of the money, and all very poor accounting in their 10th place in the finals. Speed rating, nothing much to say here other than just the one race for their runner. Managed a 101, which is the highest among all of the starters. And that was raced just a few weeks ago. In fact, we covered that race in this episode. So here it looks like it's a fairly even race, although Armadale runner is the favorite. But this could be any horse. Let's go ahead and head over to Delaware Park. And again, here's the field. And we'll go ahead and check out Stewart Tower. All the horses are in the starting gate. And they're off. You see, whoa, who's 5? The hooligan came around that turn in style. Has the lead here in the back straight, but other horses are still pretty close to him. Looks like it'll be a good race. Going into the back straight, La Hooligan still has a slight lead. But Kentucky Outlaw and Admiral Dennis just one space behind, and Sacred Thunder 2. And we have a lead takeover in Admiral Dennis in the home stretch is taking the lead, but La Hooligan 4, Kentucky Outlaw passes both. And we're in the last game turn, and Kentucky Outlaw looks like it's going to win this race. It's Kentucky Outlaw first, Admiral Dennis second, La Hooligan that led most of the race ended up third. Surfside Moon got disqualified and dropped one slot in the final standing. Kentucky Outlaw picked up $120,000 and 20 Kentucky Derby victory points. Okay, so that's kind of it as far as our schedule is concerned. Our next episode will concentrate on the Ohio Derby with a couple allowance races, which will add the fields for and give some of the extra horses a chance to run another race or so. So let's head back over to the top 10. And as you probably surmised, there's probably not going to be any change in this, and none of the top horses ran in this episode. Take a quick look at the top 20 here. Well, I guess we did have some because Farley and Farms. Let's take a quick look at the races. Charts, let's see. Yeah, there's Farley with the win, the Queen, the other female with the Mercer, and the Mummy, the Princess Alea. Go back, take a look at this again. Now we do have Farley and Allen's Promise did move up in the standing in the top 20. Let's take a quick look at the males and we'll wrap up this episode 8 of the 2025 Road to the Triple Crown. Yeah, be surprised. Well, there's a chunk of gold. Not sure if he managed any points. Quick look at these two races that were run. Delaware Derby. And the Jersey Derby. Doesn't look like any of those horses finished in the top 20. Take a look. No, none of those winners cracked the top 20 after those two races. So I think that's going to be it here at TRG Central. This is Gary signing off. Wish everyone a nice evening. Goodbye.